We had the meeting at the White House. Could not have gone better. This is going to be awesome.
Everyone on the roster would like on it. So that card is now a reward.
This is your job! You f***ing bald cunt! This is your job!
In a jaw-dropping revelation, Dana White and Donald Trump have confirmed an official UFC White House fight card, sending shockwaves through the MMA world. To build on that, Ali Abdelaziz stated that if any of the fighters he manages were selected for the White House card, it would be a true honor. He highlighted that the president is a fan of MMA, watches all the fights of UFC, and shows genuine support for the athletes. Abdelaziz added that since Trump actively backs both the sport and its fighters, he expects that support to continue in the future.
At the end of the day, man, it's going to be an honor. You know what's amazing? You have a President Trump, his number one sport he loves, MMA and golf, right? He watch every fight, he support all the fighters, he show up, give them love, and even after he become president, he just show you the commitment this man have, and I have nothing but love and respect for this man. I don't care what everybody said, but if he support my people, my sport, I'm gonna all the time gonna support him.
Following that, Dana White announced a meeting at the White House concerning the UFC White House fight card. He hyped the event, and for now, White confirmed the White House card and said he will share more details soon. But Dana did state that whoever is able to attend the event live after having a background check on them, it would be such a different and exciting experience.
Finally is right. I got shit to do, everybody. I had a great day. Just about to take off here from Washington, D.C. We had the meeting at the White House. Could not have gone better. This is going to be awesome. The White House fight is on. The White House fight is on. I will have more details on that in the next couple weeks. But we got it done today.
Tons of challenges. First of all, I don't even know how many people can get in, not to mention the fact that Secret Service isn't going to let a lot of people come do this. Everybody's going to have background checks. So yeah, whoever actually gets to be there live, it will be such a unique, amazing experience in their lifetime to be able to go to this fight. And for us, when you think about when the fight is going on, while the fight's happening and we're filming, one whole side of the backdrop will be the White House, and then the other side will be the Washington Monument. So it's just, it's so unique, so badass, and so once ever, like you said.
However, Dana White explained that he presented Donald Trump with all the renderings and event plans, allowing the former president to decide what he liked and what he didn't. He added that they began working from there, while noting that the fights are still about a year away.
Show him all the renderings and the plans, see what he wants to do, doesn't want to do, and then we'll start from there. But not even thinking about any of the fights till, I mean, it's still a year away, so.
With that timeline in mind, Dana White revealed that every fighter wants to be part of the White House card, with all of them eager to get in. However, since the event is still a year away, he explained that they'll wait to see where each fighter stands at that time before finalizing and announcing the matchups.
How many fighters reach out to you that want to fight it?
Everybody wants to fight.
That's what I was going to ask you.
Literally everybody wants to. Everybody.
How?
Yeah.
I know you can't say too much because you guys will announce it when you announce it, but...
Well, here's the thing. We're still a year away.
Yeah.
So the whole UFC landscape will change over the next year. We'll see where we're at, and we will absolutely positively put on the baddest card of all time.
When the White House card was first announced but not yet confirmed, Jon Jones immediately expressed his eagerness to be a part of it, showing his willingness to fight.
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
I can't promise anyone anything, but I have a very strong feeling that I'll be on that card.
But who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the end of the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
Well, no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. And I feel like it'd be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night. I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
Donald Trump. mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House Garden. That just seems like such a huge opportunity. I'm a very proud American. I have a lot of close friends that are in the military. This is my act of I can't call it service, but just to be able to entertain the country and the world at this level at the White House, it just means the world to me. So I'm back.
However, Dana White dismissed the idea at the time, pointing out that Jones was not a reliable fighter.
John Jones says he wants to be on there too, and he says he would fight whoever the champion is at that time. But would you be okay with him like coming back and potentially winning that belt again? And you might have to go through.
Well, it's not even about him winning the belt. I mean, you know how I felt about him. I can't risk putting him in big positions in a big spot and have something go wrong. Yeah, especially the White House card. You don't trust him.
But you talk to him, I don't.
No, I don't talk to him either. If I had to make odds, it's 1,000,000,000 to 1 that I put John Jones on the White House card.
Now that the White House card has officially been confirmed for Independence Day 2026, it remains unclear whether Jones will be included, as he himself doesn't seem to know if he'll be on the lineup.
You ready for the White House card? You ready for the White House card or what? Have the odds gotten better? I think with each day, the odds get better in your favor, to be honest.
Let's just hope that this card we feel the party.
Adding to the discussion, Chael Sonnen expanded on Dana White's comments, explaining that the White House card is now seen as both a reward and an incentive for fighters who haven't caused the UFC much trouble and have represented the promotion well.
You must understand on that card, everyone on the roster would like on it. So that card is now a reward. If a guy is doing good deeds, a lot of times he would like paid off, and he gets paid off. He'll get a main event. He can find himself in a co-spot of a main event, title shots, bonuses, an upgrade. He goes to check in the hotel. He finds out the UFC called him, got him an upgrade to a suite. I mean, I'm just sharing, like, you do good deeds, there's incentives to do good deeds. And they do get rewarded.
He went further and stated that Dana revealed that the entire roster wants to fight in the White House card. It is more than likely to be given to those athletes who had the promotion back when it was needed.
But when the White House card becomes that way, now there is a politics behind it. Which is, I can't use a spot, and I'm not gonna use a spot that I could give to somebody that did good deeds, and the entire roster wants it. That's a literal statement. 738 athletes.
Bringing John Jones on that card, Chael argued, would go against the idea, since Jones has historically not been a positive, reliable figure for the UFC or respectful toward the heavyweight title.
And with that understanding, I can't bring somebody in that did the opposite of good. I can't bring somebody in that I was counting on putting at the top of the bill at Madison Square Garden, who refused to do it. Refused it when I needed him. And the whole industry knows I wanted him.
As a result, Chael Sonnen stated that John Jones is now facing a situation where he isn't getting something he wants, and he won't be getting it. Chael emphasized that simply being the greatest fighter doesn't guarantee you anything. Instead, he explained the only way to truly get what you want is by helping the industry and supporting the company you work for.
One of the reasons is because there is a structure and guys understand it, and that structure gets showed a respect to. And it is for those reasons that John Jones will not be on the White House card. But either way, he said that he would like to be. So when Dana says there's a 1 in a billion chance, that now means to John something that you want, you're not going to get. Being the greatest fighter in the world is not enough to get what you want. Helping the industry is the only way to get what you want.
Despite this criticism, John Jones expressed optimism about the White House event, saying he remains in training and motivated. He went to Twitter and wrote, "Despite the odds, I'm still training and optimistic about the possibility of being part of the White House event. At the end of the day, Dana is the boss and it's his call whether I compete that night or not. I do know Dana was really excited about the fight and the door hasn't been completely closed." Further adding on, "That's all a guy like me really needs. It sounds like another awesome goal to be inspired by. Sometimes in life, we're not going to reach everything we set out to do, and that's okay. But I like my chances after all. 1 in a billion is exactly what it took to end up as John Bones Jones in the first place. However, John's turnaround didn't come without backlash. MMA Guru fired shots at the former champion, accusing him of crawling back to the UFC just to land a spot on the White House card.
All of a sudden, look who came crawling back. John Jones claims that he's back in the testing pool, keeping his options open. He's even commenting on posts regarding him versus Tom Aspinall at the White House, I guess, on the lawn of the White House. I don't know whereabouts they're going to do this, but I'd imagine it's going to be on the lawn.
In addition, he mocked Jones for suddenly claiming he's ready to fight Tom Aspinall if that's what it takes to be part of the historic event.
They both think the White House is a place full of cocaine. Maybe it is, okay? Maybe it is, who knows, but John Jones says he just re-entered a testing pool, lasted for about 2 weeks. This is what I'm talking about. This is delusion, this is stupid, this is dumb. I hate that we're even talking about him, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's good, and I like shitting on John Jones and hating on him, and we all knew John Jones was going to say something eventually about teasing the idea of coming back. I know he's waiting to tweet something after Tom Aspinall's next fight with Cyril Gane. If he so happens to lose, Jones will be on Twitter for a week straight. If he so happens to win and does it less impressively than Jones, Jones will be on Twitter for a couple of days straight.
Furthermore, MMA Guru did not like the way Dana White broke the news. He stated that if this is how he plans on treating fight and card announcements on a low-quality camera and is just eager to be done with it, then he should not do it at all. Guru bashed Dana White's half-hearted approach.
I hear you. I'm busy. I got shit to do, everybody.
This is your job! You bald cunt! This is your job! You got shit to do? You got this to do! What else you gotta do? If we're keeping you from whatever you've got going on by asking you to do your job, you promoter of $1 billion company, sorry. Be our guest and off. Straight up. I got shit to do. You're announcing some of the biggest fights. I got to do. I mean, come on. I got shit going on, guys. I'm busy. What the busy with? You are the promoter of the UFC. That is what you should be busy with.
Khamzat Chimaev also chimed in with humor, joking that the special services and White House guards would never allow someone who looks like him to set foot inside the White House.
It wasn't my fault, I didn't have everyone knows I didn't have the visa to US. That's why I didn't fight only once in Abu Dhabi. So now Donald Trump here, so we go for the fight.
Everyone's talking about that White House fight, the White House card next year.
Bro, look at my face. I don't think so. They let me come over there.
Adding to that, comedian Anthony Anderson didn't seem too thrilled about Trump's confirmation.
Yes, UFC, which stands for, you crazy?
Building on that, he joked that the ultimate fight should actually take place in the White House grounds, with Elon Musk and Donald Trump stepping into the cage instead.
I actually agree with the president. There should be a UFC fight at the White House between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Right? It'll be Golf Clubber Lang versus the Ketamine Machine. Bitch slapping each other in the octagon. Who's with me?
Additionally, the weight concept said that the idea for this card came directly from Donald Trump, who requested it as part of the United States' 250th Independence Day celebration next year on July 4th. The vision is to turn the White House lawn into the backdrop for one of the most high-profile fight nights the sport has ever seen, making it a centerpiece of the nation's milestone birthday.
Donald Trump, the President of the United States, would like to hold America's 250th birthday celebration next year, 2026, on the 4th of July, because it will be the 250th anniversary of Independence Day here in America. He would like to hold a UFC event on the front lawn of the White House.
However, he believes Trump's passion for combat sports is what's driving this, using MMA as a way to spotlight America's strength and unity. To Wade, the White House card is a once-in-a-lifetime showcase that only a sport like MMA could deliver.
Here's the thing. I don't care what side of the political aisle you're on. To me, this is pretty fucking awesome. Now again, I'm not one to get super political here, and I saw people talking about, oh, this is political, and Dana White says he's not political. I don't even look at this as a political issue. I look at this as the President of the United States using a sport that he likes to showcase how great America is in 2025, well, 2026 when it'll happen, and politically motivated or not, is something I think goes well with the idea of what America is, a place that is, in one hand, so beautiful and unique, and in the other, completely chaotic and almost cartoon-like, in a way. And again, I love it. We can have a fight on the grounds of the White House in front of 25,000 people. This is awesome to me. And
meanwhile, Chael Sonnen drew an interesting comparison, noting that UFC Noche was headlined by Merab Dvalishvili and Sean O'Malley, and no one complained that a card meant to honor Mexican Independence Day didn't feature Mexican fighters in the main event. He explained that the fight was about celebrating the occasion and showing respect, not about which flag the fighters carry. Using that as the closest example, Chael added that he doesn't believe an American fighter necessarily has to headline the White House card either.
Versus an American in O'Malley. And nobody minded. Nobody gave pushback. Nobody said on a day that is supposed to celebrate Mexican independence and Mexican heritage that you must have Mexican fighters. The UFC said, no. We're going to bring the UFC. We're going to bring a world title fight. This is how we're showing our praise. Not with who wins in the final event of the night and what flag they're representing. So, because that's the closest thing that we have, because that's the closest comparison, I don't know that you have to have an American go over. I don't know that you get put in a situation where you got to do it.
Moreover, Sean O'Malley said that if it were up to him, he would put together a very entertaining fight card specifically for the White House event.
Give us 3 of the fights that you want to see at the White House lawn.
If we could pick whatever, Conor vs. Elia would be the top one. Izzy vs. Strickland 2, I'd like to see that. I think that'd be a banger up there. Jones versus Aspinall is the one everyone wants to see. Me versus Merab 3. No, I'm just kidding.
Should Bilal Muhammad headline the White House?
However, Michael Bisping added that if Conor McGregor truly plans to return, the White House fight card would be the perfect stage for his comeback.
If, and that's a big if he could come back, the White House wouldn't be a bad place to do it. He's already been there, and I think he would probably beat Michael Chandler. Certainly that version that fought Paddy Pimblett. No disrespect to Paddy Pimblett. So, there you go. There's your main, there's your co-main.
Interestingly, Luke Thomas stated that the event is funded by American taxpayer money, then it is not a wise use of those funds. However, he added that if a private benefactor is covering the costs, that would be a different story. He noted that MMA fans are likely to be very excited by the idea of having the sport showcased front and center at the White House.
So is it the U.S. government, or if it's Turkey?
I had several friends lose their jobs in Doge cuts, and I'm expected to believe this is an effective use of taxpayer dollars. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, if I'm just being honest with you.
Would we need Turkey to come in and like who's?
If there's a benefactor, that's a little bit different.
Who's more ill-fitted for the Oval Office, Elon Musk high on ketamine or Turkey?
Turkey knows a little bit more about the fight game.
That's true.
I guess I would just say this. I think MMA fans are going to be real jazzed to have this kind of a placement in this celebration, to be on the White House, to have MMA front and center. But the point I want to raise previously, which is the one it's like, oh, it's like fully mainstream. Yeah, sort of. In
the end, what began as a jaw-dropping revelation has now grown into one of the most talked about spectacles in combat sports history, with the UFC White House fight card. With Dana White and Donald Trump driving this unprecedented event forward, the MMA world is filled with anticipation, debate, and controversy. Now we want to hear from you. What do you think of this announcement? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and we shall see you in the next video with more exciting updates.